Hey there guys, this is Reckles with WTBGold, and welcome to Argus and the patch 7.3 PTR. There's a ton of really cool new profession stuff to talk about today, but rather than go over every single recipe we're getting, which is just gonna bore you to tears, I'm gonna go over the top four, five things you should know about the patch 7.3 profession changes. So let's get into it, let's do this guide. Okay, so before I begin, I do have a disclaimer. Two of them actually. This is the PTR. Like some of the enemies out there, their models don't have skins yet, so all of this is subject to change, and hopefully some of it does. And also, I'm going to avoid spoilers, but like, I'm using footage here from the PTR, so why are you watching a patch 7.3 video if you don't want spoilers? Alright, let's go. Number one. We're getting new crafting base materials. Just going through the list real quick. Tailoring is getting Lightweave Cloth. Skinning is getting Fiendish Leather, which is actually, leatherworkers can use this to make some really awesome shoulders. Like, they're demon hands. It's terrifying. And anyway, this is going to be a popular transmog forever, so make sure you get this pattern. Jewelcrafters are getting 6 new gems that I don't know how to pronounce their names yet, but I'll give it a whirl. Red is Hesselian. The blue gem is Labradorite. That's an actual gem. Yellow is Lightsphene. Purple is Argulite. Orange is Chemerine. And green is Florid Malachite. We get all these gems by prospecting our new ore Empyrium, gatherable by miners, and herbalists can get the new herb Astral Glory. And side note, if you see it in the footage, the Astral Glory nodes are actually still using the fell-encrusted herb model from the Broken Shore herbs. So my guess is they're going to change that, and this is just kind of a placeholder. But we do have mining, and Empyrium nodes look amazing and make really cool new sounds whenever they shatter. And there aren't any bars that I can see. All the blacksmithing crafts use just the base ore, which honestly that kind of irks me because it's always nice to be able to make money with mining without having to go out to every single zone in the game. Sometimes you just want to go to the auction house, see if there's any price discrepancies, and do a quick flip. So I hope they change that before this goes live, so, you know, we can take part in the joy of the invisible hand. So, gathering professions work pretty much the same as they always have. You've got rank 1, 2, and 3 of everything. You know, Blood of Sargeras at rank 2, and either a bonus or special stuff, more stuff at rank 3. These are looted items that you get from the ore nodes. I did loot all of the rank 1 items for all the herbs and ore nodes, but those quests haven't been implemented yet, so it shows you how early we are in the PTR. As soon as everything gets tightened up, though, I will put out guides on the best routes for XYZ. Just for now, know that it feels kind of like Tanan jungle farming, where the best density of ore and herbs generally has a lot of mobs nearby, and the mobs are a little bit scarier than you may be used to. Differences between other Legion stuff is we don't have any living Empyrium, so you know, you can't farm ore by killing stuff on Argus, and also there's no recipes to take 10 Shalderai silk and turn it into 1 Lightweave Cloth. So they're completely abandoning all the old Legion materials. Does that mean the old Legion materials are still going to be worthwhile? Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but Obliterum is going to be making a big comeback, and old materials may be more profitable for that? More efficient? I don't know. We'll see. The second thing you need to know is that we're getting new gear. This new gear is going to be 885, and it's a nice middle ground where you can still get upgrades, but, you know, you're not going to get one shot like you used to back in Mist of Pandaria with the crafted PvP blues. Now, these do use a lot of materials. For instance, the Lightweave breeches from Tailoring, the new Tailoring legs, is going to use 50 of this new Lightweave Cloth, along with a new material that's the equivalent of 100 Blood of Sargeras. So my expectation is that these are going to sell for eventually like 5 to 20k each. And my thought is that Blizzard is trying to make it so busy people can just buy one WoW token and deck their tunes out with 885 gear so they can get out and enjoy the game. If that is their plan in pricing the materials and everything, I like it. Keep it up, Blizz. Let's make that a thing. And with that as the low-end crafted gear, we do have our number 3 topic, the high-end crafted gear. With Obliterum, you can upgrade gear in Argus to eye level 915. So you can get that Dark Moon deck immortality at 915. Oh, I'm so excited. But to go from 900 to 915, you can't just use regular Obliterum anymore, you have to use Primal Obliterum, and this is made by combining one Obliterum with one Primal Sangerite, and then you take another Primal Sangerite in order to apply that Primal Obliterum to your gear. I wish they used different words on, Primal Obliterum and Primal Sangerite, because I want to just say I need primals and have people know what I'm talking about. Or, for thumbnails, it's going to make it a lot easier. So maybe change the wording. But let's move on to number 4. What the heck is this Primal Sangerite? So Primal Sangerite is a new material crafted by Alchemists, and this is really, really cool. Essentially, Alchemists are going to get a daily transmute where they can turn 25 Bloods of Sargeras into one Primal Sangerite. And of course, this can proc, and you can get 5 or 6 or 20 or whatever. I don't know yet. But this is my favorite transmute they've ever put out. So with something like Living Steel, it was a super profitable transmute. Anyone could make it. And what people did, because it was so profitable, they just filled their server up with 11 different alchemists. And then they flooded the market, but they made a ton of gold before the market got flooded. And you just make gold hand over fist. But with this, you can't fill your server up with alchemists because it requires Blood of Sargeras. You need to have, if you have an alchemist, it might be worthwhile, depending on how much time you have to play and how much you enjoy world quests, it might be worthwhile to get a gathering profession on your alchemist and start saving up bloods now, because you're going to go through them pretty quickly. If you're trying to figure out what the prices are going to be for this, just some quick table math. To go from 900 to 915 on a piece of gear takes 3 Obliterum and 6 Primal Sangerites. 6 Primal Sangerites is 150 Blood of Sargeras. So that is going to be pretty expensive, but also added a little a ripple effect from that is that's 150 Blood of Sargeras that isn't going to be given to the blood trader in exchange for ore and herbs and fish and meat and all that stuff. So we may see those prices, if not rise, at least they won't tank as hard as they normally would in a new patch. All right, and finishing up with Jewelcrafting. I mentioned the 6 gems earlier. Well, those 6 raw material gems are going to be used to craft the new epic gem cuts. These are going to replace your Saber Eyes, and they give 250 main stat along with 188 secondary stat. So everyone's gonna need at least one of these, and you're gonna be able to make millions off this cut alone in the first couple of weeks if you're on top of the ball, if you're always undercutting. Only undercut by copper so you don't tank your market. Keep prices high as long as you can. Unfortunately, the raid's not going to be out for a little bit, so prices on ore and everything is going to adjust by the time that everyone starts getting new gear from the new raid. And there is one more tweak to Jewelcrafting. Let's call this a bonus change. Jewelcrafting is getting 885 helms. All the new helms in Argus come from Jewelcrafters, and they get away with this because they're making crowns, so it has something to do with gems. But this kind of annoys. I mean, they're expensive. They use 8 gems and 2 Primal Sangerites and like 50 Empyrium ore for the rank 3. So they're pretty expensive. But it annoys me. Like, Jewelcrafters have rings and necks and gem cuts and prospecting profits, so why take away all the craftable armor slots from other professions and give them to Jewelcrafters? They already have stuff, and those other professions need these items in order to be profitable. Now, if they're trying to boost Jewelcrafting, what I would prefer to see would be tailors make the cloth crown, and blacksmiths make the plate crown, and that crown comes with a saber eye gem socket, and now armor can have 2 saber eyes. That would be my preference. So you're still buffing jewel crafting, but you're not taking away craftable armor slots from other professions. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy Argus. If any new information comes out between when I made this video and when you see it, please leave it down in the comments below. We're all trying to learn and grow from each other and just a prep for all the gold we're going to be making in patch 7.3. So get on your alchemists, get on your jewel crafters, go save up some bloods, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.